Thank you for joining for today's practice. This is Whitney with the Yoga Art Space Studio in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And today's practice is yoga for embracing change. Certain postures that we'll do today help us to stay steady into the ground, such as the warrior poses that we'll be practicing, and other poses, such as tree pose, really challenge the balance, making it much more difficult to stand, helping to test our limit. So with this, let's begin standing upright. And we'll begin with the breath of joy. 3 parts in for the breath, the arms travel up. The second inhale, the arms travel to the side. The third part of the inhale, the arms swing up again. And then the entire torso releases as the arms swing backward. That's the exhale. So that was the demonstration. Inhale, 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 exhale, swing. And now we begin. Inhale, 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 exhale. 2, swing. 3, swing. 4, swing. We repeat this 4 more times, swinging, releasing tension off of our shoulders each time. This breath helps us embrace any changes. Feel the feet having to move to keep you in balance. And then we finish this one, roll back up, shake shoulders, shake the head, the hips, the feet, anything that feels good. And here we bring the hands to prayer position, preparing for a tree pose. The left foot is the standing foot, the right knee opens. You choose how high up the leg this right foot plants. And then we stand steady for about 5 to 6 breaths. Find a point to look at that helps keep your balance very steady. And also press the hands one against the other, combining left and right hemispheres of the brain. This right foot releases to the ground, the left leg rises, taking the tree pose. 5 good breaths again. In completing this deep balance, we take 1 more good breath in and out, and then the left leg also releases. That was our tree posture. Here we practice Warrior 1. We first set up the hips to be pointing forward. The front knee is bent, the back leg is straight. The knee does not go further forward of the ankle. The arms open up to either side of the ears. Again, 5 steady breaths. Here we're practicing pieces at a time. Eventually we'll place all the pieces together to create a wonderful flow, helping us to embrace change. We take our last good inhale here, and with the exhale we open the arms out to the front and to the back, creating Warrior 2. Perhaps you'll need to widen the stance a hair. The back leg is straight still, the front knee is bent, now the hips are open to the side. 5 good strong breaths. Feeling the feet ground down. Feel the steadiness of the posture. The legs are working on strength, but also the flexibility. Now gracefully step up to the front of the mat and we practice Warrior 3. The left leg is still the standing leg, the right leg travels back behind you. Perhaps you're able to make a pretty straight line like a figure T. Perhaps you're a bit higher up of an angle, that's okay. Gently rise back up. That was all with one side leading. Now we're going to practice the second side leading before we put all the pieces back together. So previously we had the left foot forward, this time we have the right foot forward. The hips again face towards the front knee is bent, the back leg is straight, the arms extend up by the ears. Very tall spine. 5 breath cycles, deep and full in and out. We practice Warrior 2. The arms open up, kind of like you're aiming an arrow. The gaze goes over the front middle finger. Steady breath. And then lastly, we shift the weight over the front leg, over that right leg, creating that straight line as if we're an arrow shooting forward through the air. Holding as strong as you can. It's better to lift slightly up than to sink the chest low. Good, we bring the feet back up. And now we'll connect all three of these postures together in a little flow. We'll take Warrior 2, then Warrior 1, Warrior 3, and then that leg gracefully rises up to tree pose. We start with the right leg forward, Warrior 2. The front knee is bent, the back leg is planted and straight. The arms extend to the front and to the back. A few breaths in, about 3 to 4 breath cycles. From here we transition very gracefully into Warrior 1. The arms extend up by the ears, the hips face forward. Perhaps you needed to shorten the stance just a hair. Again, a few good deep breath cycles, using the breath to help you ground down through your feet. Preparing for this next balancing pose, Warrior 3. We shoot forward like an arrow, trying to keep that straight line from the toes to the fingertips, coming up at a higher angle to make it easier. And now we gracefully transition all the way forward. That left leg opens up, automatically setting up for tree posture. Again, 3, 4, 5 good deep breaths. The hands press together to help us balance. We release the knee forward, kick straight back, and then we pivot, preparing for the second side. Begin Warrior 2. The hips open to the side, the arms forward and backward. Several deep breath cycles. Preparing for the change that's about to happen by grounding down in these steady postures. Now shorten the stance ever so slightly and transition the hips to face forward. The arms extend upward, Warrior 1. Continue to open the knee in the direction of the pinky toe to keep the knee nice and safe. And we prepare to shoot forward like an arrow, Warrior 3 posture. This one, make sure you don't lose the breath. It's so easy for the breath to become unsteady, but instead we keep it steady, preparing and embracing the change. Bring that right knee open to the thigh, taking the tree pose. A few more steady breaths. After about 3 breaths, release that right foot gracefully to the back and we prepare for this flow again. Right foot forward, Warrior 2. Again, open the knee towards the pinky toe, making sure the knee stays safe for many years to come. Shorten the stance, the hips come forward, Warrior 1. Using the very steady breath, we prepare for the change about to happen. Shifting the weight forward onto the front leg, lift the back heel, Warrior 3. The standing leg can be slightly bent if that helps maintain the balance. As we gracefully transition upward, that left knee comes right away to the inner thigh, tree pose. Release the foot gracefully backward, planting behind you, pivot on the feet until the left knee is forward, the arms open up to the front and to the back. Warrior 2, 5 steady breaths. And here we take a great breath in, shortening the stance slightly so the hips can come forward. Warrior 1. Shift the weight forward. Warrior 3. Grounding down. The standing leg can be slightly bent if that helps you find the center of your weight. Remember to take the brief tree pose. And then we plant both feet down, facing forward, bow down to the earth, stretching both legs out. Steady breath cycles. Heel toe the feet together and then gracefully come down to a kneeling posture. Here we'll practice the skull shining breath. In this breath, we exhale the air completely out of the lungs, and then we forcefully pulse with the diaphragm, creating a great exhale. The inhale just comes naturally, no need to focus on it. So when you're ready, place the hands on the knees, take a good inhale, exhale completely, and begin. Continue to focus on the exhale, 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 exhale. Feel the diaphragm working, pulsing, forcing the change to happen within the digestive system. The digestive system is the fires that bring up change within the body, within our life. Exhale, 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 forcing the old air out of the lungs, bringing the new air in naturally. Continue a few more cycles. Exhale, 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 slowing down if you need to. If it's too fast and you're getting lightheaded, try to stick with it just a little bit longer. Then exhale completely. Inhale naturally and hold. And then return back to a normal breath. Here we come to a child's pose. Shift the hips back. Let the head rest onto the ground in front of you. The arms tucked forward or backward, whichever is more comfortable for the shoulders. Let the breath be natural and free. Gently rise up, shift the hips to one side as you swing the legs forward, coming to a staff pose. First we sit up very tall, and then we prepare for the forward fold. Perhaps you take a strap around the bottoms of the feet so that you can pull against the feet as you're coming into the deep forward fold. You can always lift the chin up and then drop it down to come a little bit farther. Now there is an option that some of you may appreciate, taking a block. The fingers wrap around it firmly. We rise the arms up and then swing this block all the way to the bottom sides of the feet. As you hold against the block, this makes you go a few inches farther than you would have normally. Your choice, you have the block option, the strap option, or simply take the released posture. No props at all. Hands can be on the feet, on the thighs, on the floor. Releasing any tension in the hamstrings that prevents us from staying steady and strong and prevents us from grounding firmly down. Luxuriate in a few more breaths in and out. And after the very next exhale, gently rise back up to a sitting posture. Try to use the core to roll all the way onto the back, preparing for Shavasana. In this Shavasana, we let the body integrate all the benefits of the practice we just had. All you have to do is focus on the inhales and the exhales, releasing muscles to the ground. I thank you for joining me today for this wonderful practice. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.